Cowboy Nation, let's get this thing going one way or another. Let's roll with it. Let's grow this thing. Let's subscribe to this channel. Let's go, baby. One way or another. Cowboy Nation. All day, even twice on Sunday. Let's get this thing going, baby. Appreciate those who've been tuning into this thing one way or another. Let's continue to grow this thing. Let's continue to build this nation up as we talk about the playoff picture, as we talk about down the line. We got 4 more games to go, but we want to look at what transpired throughout the day. Yeah, we want to do that. We want to look at what we need to do in order to stay in this race, in order to continue to fight. We must really stay focused too. We got to get this thing going one way or another, Cowboy Nation. You guys know how we rock loaded and how we get things going in the right direction. You guys know how this thing goes. One game at a time. That's our philosophy, of course. But those who have adulations and strong love for this team, everybody know that we have to continue to fight like our back is against the wall. Before I get into the thing, we're going to talk about what the standings are, how it affects us, whether it be positively or negatively. We're going to look at all those things, and you guys know what I'm talking about as we continue to push this thing out. Appreciate those who've been following the page. Don't forget, Cowboys Experience. We got an event this coming up Saturday, 2 o'clock from 3:30, 4:30-ish. We're going to be down there at Lava Cantina. That's in Plano. Just type that into your GPS and you will get the directions from there, how to get there. And we will have a wonderful time. I have Mark Holmes. I have Vaj Lombardi, who likes to party. You know how that goes. And then also we will have Big Game James. You can't say game without putting that big game in front. And the Silver and Blue Nation, we will have all those guys out there in the mix. And we will be talking Cowboys, and we will try to interview those players out there. So let the room fill up. Don't forget to hit that like button, share this content. I know that the Law Nation page is still trying to grow from the 2.0 because as of lately, looking at the algorithm and everything, everybody's still subscribing to the 2.0. But I want to bring you back home to the Law Nation page. So hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button so that we can all be on this thing at a right decent time. Appreciate those who are out there. Cowboy Nation. Let me go ahead and jump into this thing. I got a podcast before I go into this standings and things like that, and what it means for us to lose and win and all this stuff, and what it meant today of the teams that won. I have a podcast. It's LAW Nation. I'm on iTunes, Spotify, you name it, Google Play. These guys put me on every platform out there, and I really appreciate it. So check that out. So if you're driving, if you're out of town and things like that, and you still want to listen to Cowboys Talk, just hit that subscribe button or just hit that notification bell that's on your iTunes, because I'm there too. So appreciate you guys. And I got some other businesses, things that's going around the line, down the line too. So as we continue, we're winning. We winning, right? We didn't get a chance to play today, but we still winning, right? So let's jump right into it. I really appreciate everyone. Let's zoom into this thing right here. We're going to look at the standings and who won, who lost today, who shot the BB gun and all this good stuff. Right? So there was a couple of weeks ago, of course, because let me know before I get into this thing. Can you guys see the page that's in the chat box? Because I'm not able to multitask this thing like I'm supposed to be able to do. But let me know. Shout out to you, Townsend, the first person to be in the chat box over here on my Law Nation page. Appreciate you on the YouTube, and let y'all fill up, because I know that this is a time of day that I normally don't get a chance to get into this thing. But as you guys know, I find time, and when you find time, you can look at these things. So let everybody fill up before I go over this thing, right? And let me just jump over here as well. Appreciate you for tuning in to the nation. Don't forget, I'm on Twitch. G Garcia on the Facebook panel. Appreciate you, man. Don't forget to hit that like button, share the content, Garcia, and support the page from there. Thank you. Thank you so much. I cannot say this much. Yes, this is live now, Godfather. Appreciate you, man. Townsend, also Santana, Lewis, appreciate it. Trey F. Kennedy. Yes, NFC East wins. Yes, so let me just go ahead and jump in it. Everyone else from here, if they're just late, then they just have to catch it on rebound. How about that? They can just rewind. All right, so Cowboys beat the Saints, of course. Right. We won. We shot the BB gun, right? Forget that. We shot the shotgun. And all right, so Giants versus Bears. How did it affect us? I like the fact that the Giants won against the Bears. Believe it or not, it actually helped us in the long run. And then on top of that, the Cardinals, what? The Cardinals beat the Packers? What? Aaron Rodgers must didn't play today, right? Aaron Rodgers must did not play today. I didn't get a chance to look at the stats or what have you, but the Cardinals beat the Packers. The Colts, let me know if you guys can see it. Give me a thumbs up in the chat box, man. Let me know if you can see it. All right, so the Colts the Colts lost to the Jaguars, or the Jaguars, if you see it from there, from London, 6-0. So what that means, we're going to play the Colts down the line. Now, I've yet to get a chance to see that particular game. So that means to me personally that the Colts are not that bad as we think. So I can't wait to look at the highlights or what have you. I wish I was able to look at it now, like live, like 95 right now. But you know, guys know that's a big no-no to do while you're live. But the Jaguars beat the Colts, so that means a lot. That means actually a lot, because that's a team that we beat the Jaguars. Hopefully down the line when we play the Colts, maybe they're not that big and bad. Let me know this in the chat box whether that game was away or whether or not that was a home game. And Frisco, man, Monteo, appreciate you, man, for supporting the nation. This is the thing. So they won. The Browns got the Texans not that bad then. The Texans beat us by a hair, right? And they've been beating teams. They like 9-3. So I mean, everybody loves the fact that what this guy, their quarterback, can do. They lost to the Texans 13-29. Hey, Texans not a pushover team, I see. So that loss that we had occurred with the Texans don't go down that bad now, since they are winning and they just continuously winning out there. The Buccaneers beat Cam. Oh, Cam. All right, so 24-17. That actually, in small factors, help us. And I can go down the line of how, but I think that with this loss for the Carolina, they're now lost, what, 6 games now? And we only lost 5. If we went out, we would trump them in so many ways, although they beat us. That's crazy. The Browns, well, the Broncos, I'm about to say the Buccaneers. I can't speak today. The Broncos beat the Bengals. Well, there's nobody to sneeze on. The Bills and the Dolphins. Oh, what a trash fest, right? Trash. If we want to say trash, man, would it be nice if we play these two teams twice a year? All right, the Lions lost. The Rams won. It looks like the Rams going to have a number 1 seed in the NFL, right? And let's look at the Ravens. They beat the Falcons. Do you see what I see? That can help us out too. Although we beat the Falcons as well. That actually helps and benefit us. It makes it a little bit more difficult coming out of where we at. So the Titans the Titans lost to the Jets. Man, that makes that loss to us, you know, when the Titans beat us, feel bad. 22-13. This remind us that it's always any given Sunday, right? It's always any given Sunday. The Chiefs is just putting a beat down on the Raiders. The Raiders are fighting for number 1 draft pick. That's what they're doing. All right, so the Patriots, they're doing what the Patriots do, you know, and I want the Patriots to beat the Vikings anyway. So shout out to the Patriots. They look like they're gonna win that game. It looks like they came back, because earlier I looked at it and I thought the Vikings were going to just lead that deal. And the Seahawks, they are still winning. The Seahawks are the type of team that I really don't want to face in the playoff. Seahawks and the Packers, in the last several years of my existence, of when we get into the playoff, it always ended in an L. So I really don't like the Seahawks winning right now. I really don't want the Seahawks to gain that momentum going into the playoff. Not saying that we are already a shoe into the playoff, but I just don't like the Seattle Seahawks. There's two teams that I just can't stand in this new millennium, the Seahawks and the doggone Green Bay Packers. And it looks like the Seahawks are riding that wave, guys. It looks like they're figuring things out. And that's another team that can get hot towards the latter part of the year, and we will have to face them in the playoff. And it's one of those things where we would like to dominate and stay and keep our home field advantage if possible, because I definitely don't want to go up there in Seattle land and this sort of thing. All right, so let me read some of your comments over here. Dallas Cowboys, he said, what's good? Christopher Corbart, appreciate you for tuning in to the nation. Trey F. Kennedy, Texans won 9 straight. Oh, my goodness. Yes, that's crazy, man. That is crazy. Also, the King, what's up, man? What's the difference between the 3rd and the 4th seed? Basically, the higher your seed, the better home field advantage you will have. I think that the 3rd and 4th, regardless of the scenario, if you are a seeded team, you will still get a quote unquote a home field game or what have you. Now, when you play the opposition, like whoever you beat, and then you go to the next seed level, I believe whoever have the I guess you'll go on the road from there. To me, the Saints and the LA Rams will be the 1 and 2 seed, and they will have home field. It looks like the Rams will have home field advantage throughout the entire playoff if they continue to do the things that they are doing. And the Saints looks like they will be the number 2 seed. Now, it could be the football is a weird world, and let me show you how weird this world is. If the Saints, let's say if they go on a losing streak and teams use the Cowboys philosophy against them and said, okay, this is how you beat the Saints, and they lose, like let's say if they end up 11-5 and we 11-5, guess what happened after that? It will be in the detriment of them. And on top of that, we could be number 2 seed, and that's something that I really despise and don't want, because I don't want a first round bye or what have you. Let's look at the standings though. We don't care about the AFC. Shout out to the AFC. They still don't hold a candle to the NFC. Shout out to the NFC. That's where we at. The NFC, the best conference in the world, right? Can somebody debate me? Can somebody debate me? NFC versus AFC, baby. Who y'all got? All right, so let's look at the standings here. The Redskins, we already know where we at, right? We're 7-5. Let me just make sure that everybody can see. You may have to turn your phone around, or you may have to zoom in with your phone if the font is too small. I'm not able to enlarge here. Shout out to Niels, and also shout out to Tim Paul that's on the Facebook page. And Desmond Bell, appreciate you for tuning in to the nation. Jay Ramirez, Neil as well. Thank you guys. 3rd seed would play at home versus the 6th seed. Yes. So the higher seed level you are, I guess that's where it works out. The higher your seed, the closer you will be at your home, basically. So let's look at the standings here. Appreciate everybody for tuning in to the nation. Really thank you guys for being part of this thing. Don't forget to hit that like button, share this content, and tell a friend, a neighbor, or foe about this page, about Cowboy Nation, about Law Nation, as well as anybody that does film breakdown, film reviews, like the Fox Lombardis of the world, and Mark Holmes, and Foots the King, and Shango Live. You know how that goes, right? Shout out to everybody. As we look over here, like I was talking about this is the danger for me, because remember at the beginning of the year, I was saying, like, I want us to go into at least like a wild card or one of those first, where we play the first week or what have you. I do not want us to have a week off and then we all of a sudden we play and things like that, right? So as the standings go today, the Bears just lost, and I don't think that this updated, or did it update? Yeah, it did. So it did update. So let's say, for instance, if the Bears lose another game, then they'll have 5 losses for the year, and they will have to win out to be 11-5 and things like that. It's not looking cool for us. If we end up 11-5 and they're 11-5, they go by the strength of schedule. And I think that they lost a game to the Lions, and we beat the Lions. It goes like that, and it could be nasty for us. The Seattle Seahawks. So I misspoken. So with that being said, the Seattle Seahawks is in the NFC West. So you got the Rams, the Seahawks, the Cardinals, and the 49ers. Wouldn't it be nice if we play those two teams twice a year, the Cardinals and the 49ers? They seem like trash from year to year, right? And also, it just seems like that to me. I'm not trying to dog them, but facts is facts, right? But the Seattle and the Rams, they've been playing each other hard for ages. And the Rams will have to lose out. Unfortunately, I don't think that would ever happen or that's going to happen. So it seems to me that they're going to be the #1 seed in the NFC, right? So the Seattle Seahawks getting hot. They're hot right now, you know. So let's look down to the NFC North. The Packers 4-7, the Lions 4-8. So these two teams pretty much almost, as you can argue, the fact that they're mathematically out of it, basically. And then you talk about the Vikings. They're 6-4. They battle and they fighting for their life. It looks like they're gonna it looks like they're gonna catch an L today, right? I'm just speaking all different type of language for you guys. It looks like they're going to catch an L, and the Bears looking like they're gonna run off with this division. It looks like they're going to run off with that division. And also, let me see if you guys can see the bottom half. So you're not able to see the bottom half. So let me see how I can move this around so that you guys can see the full entire picture. Bear with me now. Bear with me. So you're not able to see. Hey, come on. Computer, why you hating? Now let me see if you can see. If I do it like this, let me know if you guys can see it. No, you're still not able to see it, right? So you're just going to have to take my word for it. You're just going to have to take my word for it as far as the NFC South. All right, so you're going to have to take my word for it. Thank you, Adrian Lindsay, for making a donation to help grow the nation. I hope we can be completely healthy by the playoff. Yes, that's where you win in the game. If you can remain healthy, the health is everything. So the NFC South, you guys are not able to see because of how they got this charting here. But the Saints are 10-2, meaning that they are right now the #2 seed in the NFL. The Panthers are 6-6. The Buccaneers are 5-7. The Falcons are 4-8. So remember, I was talking about this earlier when we was talking about the quarterbacks and the teams that you have or what have you, and how blessed we are, even though, I have to say this, even though we have a subpar quarterback. One can argue, I'm going to use Vach Lombardi's statement, who would you kick off the bridge to have Matt Ryan as your quarterback right now, right? And they're 4-8. Who would you kick off the bridge to have Julio Jones and Calvin Ridley of the world and their tight end? Aren't they loaded? Don't they have a fantastic offense? So weren't they putting up 30 points a game or something like that? So our team collectively, it's not that bad. Although, you know, we are +2 games over them or +3 games over them now because they 4-8. One can argue the fact that the Falcons 4-8 is having a horrible year, a horrible season, and it's just how it is, guys. The Buccaneers, they're 5-7. The Panthers, they got away with a win over us, first game of the year. They 6-6. So it's quite possible right here, guys, if we can just take control of what we can do as far as Cowboy Nation, if we can figure out a way to. Let me see if I can do it this way. I didn't think about that. Well, I can't. Well, I can do it this way then. Let me see if I click on it. Yeah. It just showed me scores. Let me see if it can. That ain't gonna work either. All right, so I'll try to show you guys the standings of the NFC South, who we really got to take a look at. Because one thing, one person can argue the fact that you do not want to play New Orleans in New Orleans, right? And you just don't want to do that, right? So, I mean, it's one of those things, guys, whereas we can just figure out a way to win what we need to do, take advantages of where we at, then we in the right path. Joseph says, Law, what do you think about the Vikings beating the Seahawks? Like out of that division, Let me jump around. Let me look up Vikings and the Seattle Seahawks. If the Vikings beat the Seattle Seahawks, and they'll beat them out of that seed, because these are wild card. These are people in the hunt. This is the teams that the teams I would rather face in the wild card are like the Redskins and the Eagles. And the Eagles kind of scare me into certain factors, because you just don't want not saying that I'm scared or anything, but momentum is everything. So for them to get into the wild card race, that means they're going to have to win out. That means that team will be hot at that point. So I would hate to face them in those factors. And then on top of that, one can argue that if they win out, we both would be 10-6, and if we win, certain factors, it's just too soon. It's still a fight between these three teams here. Although we 75, we look pretty now, we still got to take care of business next week. One of these two teams right here tomorrow are going to catch an L. We would like for them to get a tie somehow. But one of these two teams right here going to catch that L. Right now, Giants Nation, they looking at it like, hey, man, if the rest of the teams lose and we win out and we become 8-8, we can get into the playoff too. So it's crazy how this NFC East always end up like that, right? So as far as who I would rather play if we make it to the playoff and we have a home field, I would rather play. Let me see, who will we play? I would like to see the Panthers again if they make it to the wild card. There's only two teams that are going to go to the wild card. So to me personally, I would rather see those Panthers. I don't want those Vikings. They seem like they can turn things around. Maybe it'll be another revenge game, man. The Seattle Seahawks, maybe they'll just be the writing on the wall for us, man, to turn and make things right. That'd be the only thing, man. Let's look at these scores again, and let's see who won. Let me see who won. So the Seattle, they're going to beat them. Come on, Patriots. All right, so let me see what I got from you guys, man. I really appreciate everybody tuning in. Let me know how you guys feel. Who would you rather play in the NFL playoff game? Not saying that we are really there, because we got to play these 4 games, so we got to take care of business as well. We got to take care of our own business, right? So let me know how you guys feel all together of who should win, who should we play, who would we rather play against, and these sorts of things for anything, and let me know. C Money, what's good, man? Thank you for tuning in to the nation. Always appreciate you, man, for being into this thing. And let me see if I can do this right here. I appreciate all of you all. You just don't know how much this is a meaning for you guys to be in this thing and talking about football. Well, we really didn't have any football to talk about today, but it's always some news like that we can pull out and bring about as it relates to the Cowboys. I'm looking for, let me see if I can find it. Where are you? Where are you? There we go. Well, it's behind me. Let me see if I can do it right here. Move that thing over here so we can all see your comments there. Bam. So whatever you guys say. All right, let's see what we got right here. All right. Whatever you guys say is always going to be out here. So Sheila Neal, what's good with you? Hello. Hello. How you doing? Rather play the Redskins. Scans quarterback is out. This is from Shad. Boy, I need some H2O. Let me see if I can do this. I'm going to give me a little break right here. Jam that right quick while I go give me some water. Yeah. Back from the commercial break. You've been tuning in to the Law Nation Film Session. Let's get this thing going one way or another. Your brother had to go grab him some water around here, boy. Woo! But appreciate all you guys for tuning in to this thing, man. A good reminder, if you guys got your own podcast or if you do talking on the camera and things like that, always have you some water nearby. You never know when you get to talking and your voice get parched a little bit. And your brother over here like, and I had to cough for the last 5 seconds. You know how you had to feel that cough coming in and you're trying to hold it and you're trying to that's how it felt for like the last few seconds there. So I was like, man, let me just hurry up and find me some water. Appreciate you guys. Y'all always in this thing, man. Y'all know how it goes. That's why I do live. I tried, man. I tried so much to do like videos without it being live, like 95. It was just too hard for me to do. It's just like I'm looking at a camera and I'm like, who in the world I'm talking to, you know? So I always like to talk to somebody. So that's why I do this live, man. I cannot. It's really hard for me. Shout out to my brother from another mother, man, Mark Holmes. He can do like these shows without it being live. He like every 5 or 10 minutes or so he can jump on and he can talk, but I can't do that. So Lyrica Mitchell, what's up, man? Where you go, bro? I'm back in this thing, man. I just had to disappear for a second. You guys can see me now, right? You guys can feel me now, right? Holla if you hear me. Holla if you hear me. Mike Mardo, man, what's good, man? This is just me talking it up. Finna wrap this thing up, man. So, radio personality checking in. Yes, you're listening in to the Law Nation Film Session. And today we talked about the NFC East standings. And today we are on top of things. I'm signing off. Law Nation. Like they say, don't quit your day job. Keep your day job, brother. All right, so third seed is home field for one game, right? And whoever you beat, you got to face the second and the first seed or what have you, right? And we got to get this thing going, man. We gotta figure out a way. And to me personally, what would be nice if we come into the playoff stretching, fighting to get into that thing. And then when you fight to get in there, you're not feeling all privileged. You're feeling like you got to earn everything. And D-Law and Randy Gregory and hopefully somehow one way or another, David Irving can figure out a way to get back out there on the field, and we can have him out there, and then we can put in the mix of Malik Collins and the growth factor of Byron Jones. He still need to get him an interception. Hopefully he can get one this week. So who else I really want to shine? LVE of the world, the Jalen Smith. Man, you guys know that Jalen Smith story is going to be just nasty nice, you know. And Jeff Heath, the guy been on his team for a minute. Those guys and Xavier Woods, the silent assassin out there. We need this, man. For the Cowboys Nation, we just need a playoff victory. We need one of those things, man. Damian Rainey, appreciate you, man. He said, everybody, hit that like button, slap it around, punch it out, beat that like button down. And then when you get tired of beating that like button down, there's a bell. Once you hit that like button, that bell will appear, and you hit that bell and subscribe to this channel. Let everybody know that you're part of the notification squad. Cheeto Awuzie said he's part of one. Trinidad Lopez, Cowboys fences, 19 of 70. That's what I'm talking about. So you saw the ups and downs of the Cowboys, and I, you know, you still represent that silver and blue. Shout out to you, Cowboys Nation worldwide, baby. Yes, this is from Damian Albert, Trinidad Lopez. Yes, indeed. R.J. Holt. I'd rather trade Irving if we can. We put a second round tender on him. Nobody bit to that bait. It was like, no, that type of talent. And everybody said, no, we should have said, you know what about a third? But maybe David Irving can be one of those guys that can figure things out, and he get a babysitter. He can find somebody to watch a child. I'm not throwing no shade at him. And he can just get his mental mind together. And then all of a sudden, he can hit that hot streak. He got four more games to go. So he's fresh right now. He shouldn't have. Well, he got that nagging high ankle sprain. One can say that you need to get down there in Mississippi. I don't think he's a Mississippi guy. We found some Mississippi mud and some duct tape, and we just put that mud on him, some old spit, and put that on that ankle, and man, that'll be all healed from there, man. But you got to have the mud, and you got to have the spit, believe it or not, and you got to put it on that ankle, and you get back out there. That's what Coach would tell me. That's what Coach would tell me to do, right? Right. So 5-time champs 2. Hi, Law. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for tuning in to the nation. You guys know how we got to get this thing going one way or another, baby. Let's go, baby. Yes. Martell, what you saying? Can I shout you out on the radio show? Yes, Martell, shoot me out, man. If you are ever calling in to any radio show, you just say, hey, I know this guy named Law Nation. Yeah. They say he looked like James Harden, but Law is actually 8 years older than James Harden. So James Harden looks like Law. I've been growing facial hair before this man had armpit hairs or chest hairs, So this is how long I'm about 8 years older than the guy. So yeah, you can give me a shout out. Shout out to you though, man. Appreciate you, man. Say prime time, Kareem Hunt needs to be on the Cowboys. Oh, buddy. Man, you made my phone ring. Say prime, no, that's a PR nightmare. We don't have the ability to get trouble players, although we got a few of them already. I say from right here, although he might be, a little under the influence or how for the libations, whatever it may be, but you should never hit a woman. You should never kick a woman. Believe that. And, the Cowboys media, the ESPN, you think they hush now about the Kareem Hunt. Man, you'll have Molly, whatever her name is, all on ESPN crying now. You'll have Stephen A. saying, oh, there's an accident waiting to happen. Kareem Hunt is going to go play for the Redskins, I believe. They're going to pick him up. But no, not the Cowboys. We did enough of that on a guy who didn't even hit his girlfriend. He didn't even hit it. She even recanted her story and had her live on a video and tape saying, hey, when the police come, lie to him. And this guy was suspended for 6 freaking games and railroaded this guy. Because if we can only imagine the Cowboys with Ezekiel Elliott last year, are we a +1 game? Are we a +2 games from last year? Although last year was a horrible year, we was 9-7. I can argue the fact, if you have Ezekiel Elliott without all of that up and down stuff, we are a +1 game. That's 10-6. We in the playoff. Or that's at least 11-5 last year. And last year was a horrible year. Come on now. The NFL is not built for the Cowboys to just dominate in everything, right? They just try to figure out ways. They have a zebra, the fake the fake officials out there who call snap infractions, who will call a late hit or miss a face mask, or all of a sudden once you get a strip sack fumble, then all of a sudden, maybe that guy was offside. Let me throw a flag now. Darwin James says, bring Hunt on the team. You guys put that in the chat box, man. And those who watch this thing on Rebound, let me know down below. Do you guys want Kareem Hunt on the team? He's only 24, say prime time. Yes, he's young, but there's a ruling out there I'm not going to go. I've been fighting for the David Irvins of the world, the Randy Gregorys of the world. I even fought for Greg Hardy. I was saying that, people fail to realize whatever happened with Greg Hardy happened when he was on North Carolina. But the media made it seem as though he was on the Cowboys when that incident occurred. So I've said this before. The Cowboys, although, can you imagine? I can say this. Can I say this? I can say this, right? If Greg Hardy was on his team in 2016, just maybe, we would have had a little bit more pressure on Aaron Rodgers, and he wouldn't have been able to get that pass out, right? That the guy that caught it on the edge, what have you, to I guess whatever the tight end. We can argue that, hell, that season, if Greg Hardy was on his team, we would have been a +1 game at least. We probably went 14-2. That's how valuable this defense been. And one can argue even this defense now, the way we fly out to the ball and the way we greet people out there. Can you imagine Greg Hardy on this team if he just had a clear mind? The NFL would have had to figure out something to just say, hey, you know what? We just going to have to make up a phantom foul or ruling to get these guys off the team, because this defense would have been just nasty. You got D-Law, Randy Gregory, Greg Hardy, Malik Collins, David Irvin. That would have been just crazy. I would just write out the Super Bowl myself. I would say, okay, the 2000, Redskins not stupid. They have much backlash from Foster. With Foster, yeah. And, well, they say if you got backlash now, might as well go and get the backlash out the way while it's hot, for the Redskins. They need a running back, right? Because Adrian Peterson can't run forever. But they got this young guy from LSU, Geis. He's nice, though, when he gets back out there. Jav, what up? Hey, Law, what's going on? What we moving from Noah Brown to tight end? No, I don't think they should move Noah Brown to tight end, but they can move Noah Brown as a wide receiver. It was the inside guy who could do inline blocks and do inline routes, but not necessarily as a tight end. Just make Noah Brown an H-back or something like that. That's what I'm saying. Still keep your twin tight end look. Still keep your traditional tight end out there, and just roll with it like that. That's what I would do. That's what I would do, guys. All right, so I talked to you guys long enough. Let me just check around and see all we have over here. Sarah Johnson, thank you for tuning in on the Facebook panel. Appreciate you. I call it the Facebook Elite. Daniel Maza, thank you for tuning in as well. All of you guys, really appreciate you all. Let me see. Let me see what these scores are before we really rock and roll out of here, because you guys know how this thing go. Let me see where we at. Let me see where we at. Let me see if I can find these scores again. We got the you will never find the the Raiders coming back, baby. The Raiders coming back. They said, look, man, we're not gonna fold up. They scores quickly. I wonder how they do that. Where they do that at, huh? The Raiders done made it back into the mix, man. Can y'all believe that? Any given Sunday, right? Any given Sunday. Pat Mahomes must threw a couple interceptions or fumbles or something like that. But I hope Pat Mahomes, Texas native, I hope he can come out with a dub, right? The Vikings, man, and they're going to hold that L. They're going to hold that L. All right, the Titans coming back. But the Jets got the ball, 1 minute left on the clock. All right, Seattle Seahawks, them Sea Chickens, they doing something. They won that game, basically. Well, 9 minutes, a lot of football left. Come on, 49ers. Come on, 49ers. Let's see who else we have here. All right, Rams already won. All these games are final. It's just amazing to me the Jaguars beat the Colts. I have to go back and watch that game. Let me know whether or not Andrew Luck, did he manage to stay alive, or did he get injured or something like that? And I'm really going to go watch NFL Rewind and watch this Texans versus the Browns. It looks like a good game. Shout out to the Texans, man. Texas team all day, even twice on Sunday, right? Texas team, Texas team. All right, so what we have over here? Say prime time. What we got over here? The kid ain't no thug. Who's not a thug? Packers fired their coach. No way, they did? No. Oh, man, thanks for the news, Say prime time. He said the Packers fired the coach. Luck is trash. This is from Chaz. Deion Sanders giving me the thumbs up, basically. We can catch the NFC leaderboards. Yep. Let me see. Dallas defense going to kill Luck. Oh, wow. Yeah, we will see, though. We shall soon see. Yes, indeed. What you think about Allen Hurns? I like Allen Hurns. I like what he's doing. He's a serviceable guy. My thing is, what do you guys think about? What do you guys think about my brother from another mother, T. Will? mean, what they're going to do with him, that's going to be the major thing. What are they going to do with T. Will? How can they get T. Will back into the mix when he gets healthy? Is the writing already on the wall for him? Is he's already the exit guy? Because one guy that I was high on during the offseason, believe it or not, is Cedric. Cedric Wilson, I believe, from Boise, although he's another Boise guy, and I said he got Boise State insurance, but it's going to be a very crowded wide receiver room. So let me know what you guys think what they're going to do with T. Will. And on top of that, if we think that look at this right here. If we love what Michael Gallup is doing right now, can you imagine? My guy Cedric, he got the short area quickness, and he can run those intermediate routes. He can run those seam routes, and he's nasty. He's nasty with his route running. His only problem that Cedric tape that I looked at was his separation off the line. So I think that you can put your boots, you can put your motions, you can line them up off the line or what have you, and you can motion him as the Y and the Z in the flanker position. You can do a lot of things with Cedric next year. I just hope the guy been in his offseason just working on his lower body extremities and all those things, whatever you say that word, working on his lower body, and hopefully he can get that, and he can work on some upper body too. The guy can pluck the ball out of the sky. He can do a lot of things. I'm not just trying to pump up Cedric, but Cedric can ball, man. I really like his tape. So next year, when we have Michael Gallup, we in awe. We love Michael Gallup. But this guy Cedric Wilson is nasty. If you don't believe what I'm saying, go check out his film tape, man. I think Collier did it some on him, like film reviews. Vach Lombardi. I did a film breakdown on Cedric Wilson. The guy can catch, man. The guy got them hands, man. He can catch. So, but Mike McCarthy fired. Wow. So this is the thing. When a coach get fired, they look at the teams that's hot now and the availability of other teams that's out there. Wouldn't you be mad if Chris Richard goes up there to Green Bay? Come on, Jerry. You got to make this man at least a defensive coordinator or something, or pay him like a defensive coordinator and say, hey, you can still be the passing game coordinator. The Bears lost to the Giants. That's better for us. Yes, Simon. Yes. That is good for us. I explained that earlier. The Bears lost to the Giants there, 27-30. I'm surprised the Giants put up 30 points. I might go back and watch that game so I can see how they were able to put up that many points. Gallup is on fire, though. This is from Chase. Yes, that Gallup. Man, Gallup is good, man. They lost 0-6. Need to run the ball more. I wonder how the Packers lost, though. This had to be like an offensive deal, how they lost. But it is what it is. Andrew Castillo said he better not go to the Green Bay Packers. I agree. I 1,000% agree. Trade T. Will. I mean, if you could trade T. Will for a player, I would trade him for a younger player. I'll trade him for we would try to finagle some things together. Let's say if the Vikings got a guy that I was high on, who's not performing out there for them. I think his name is Saquon, Laquan Treadwell or somebody like that, a big physical wide receiver. But we so loaded at wide receivers now that I wouldn't trade receiver for a receiver, though. We would have to figure out maybe there's a running back that we can get in the backfield. Remember, I was talking about a change of pace. But a lot of times teams are smart and crafty now. They're going to look at it from here. They're going to say, well, we're not going to allow you to trade for a guy that we know for sure that you are going to cut, basically. Yeah, Cedric Wilson is also 6'3". I'm telling you, Cedric Wilson is like a faster Josh Doxson that played for the Redskins with better hands, and he's quick. And he can get separation, short area quickness, high point the ball. His only problem is, like I said before, is his off-the-line release. And Michael Irvin this offseason was working on that with him. Yeah, one way or another, Virginia finest, yes. Tight end needed. Yes, this offseason, yes, we need to figure out a way to get like a veteran tight end in here and still keep your younger tight ends on this team and have them to develop one another, you know. And that's how I would look at it, you know. That's how I see it, you know. We're going to have to let Cole walk. Yeah, Cole is speaking his mind on Twitter, and that's not a good deal. That's never a good deal, speaking your mind like that on Twitter. And it is what it is, though. Shout out to Cole. You know, I look at it from this aspect of Cole's ability to do the short area quickness, but get separation inside. But the being on the same page as Dak Prescott this year just been abysmal. It's been horrible for us. Jason Witten come back. Who that? J. King 2004? No, Jason Witten gone. Guy with a bow tie. Yes, indeed, man. So I'm trying to leave you guys, but I can't. That's how much I love you guys, right? I can't leave. Cowboy Nation. Let me jump over here on my Facebook panel again. Daniel Mazza, he's still in here. Shout out to you, man. Y'all hit that share button. Y'all like this thing. And I need to bounce on out of here like a basketball. Yes, indeed. Well, I guess I can give you guys this, right? Let's go and jam on out with this music right here, right? Let's jam on out. Come on, music. Where you at? There you go. Yes. As we depart, one way or another, Cowboy Nation, we always like to leave you with this wonderful saying: if you want a thing bad enough to go out and fight for it, right? Or when you're up against the struggles, meet it square, live face to face. Lift your chin, set your shoulders, plant your feet, and take a brace. When it's vain to try to dodge it, do the best that you can do. You may fall, you may conquer, see it through. Even hope may seem but futile. Trouble then wit may be beset. Remember, you're facing what other legends have met. You may fall, but fall still fighting, head high to the finish. See it through. See it through. Or, since I'm in a poetry mindset, tell me this. Tell me not. Oh, tell me not in mournful numbers, life. Oh, life is but an empty dream, for a soul is dead that slumbers, and things are not what it seems. Life is real and life is earnest, and the grave is not as gold. Dust thy art, to dust returneth, was not even spoken of the soul. In this world's broad fields of battle, amphibians of life, be not like a dumb-driven cattle, but be a hero in the strife. Lives of great men all remind us. Oh yes, us. We can live our lives sublime and departing, leave behind us footprints on the sands of time. And speaking of time, that's been mine, and I thank you for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing, but the best. Salute. I'm out. Peace. Jam on out with me, baby. Yeah. Roll with the nation. Let's grow this thing. Just all in my mind. We freestyling all day, even twice on Sunday. Let's get this thing going. Let's go. Meal do a barbecue. Let's get this thing on. Yes. Yeah. Jam on out, baby. I know y'all jamming to it. Let that beat jump on back in. Let that beat jump back on in. Yeah. Come on. Subscribe to this thing. There you go. Yeah. Peace. I love you guys. Silver and blue nation all day, even twice, baby. One way or another, we live like 95. Yes. All right. Peace. Say prime time. Salute, baby. Yes. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best.